Uh, Welcome to Devops tutorial. So today we are starting with the Git, uh, which is a version control tool, that is distributed version control tool. So today we will be creating a repository, uh, bare repository you can say, using GitHub. So first of all, the requirements are we should be having a GitHub account. If you're not having GitHub account, just create one. It's available for free. uh, just go to this link github.com, and you can enter your whatever, pick the username you want, uh, email id, password, whatever you need for creating the account. Just register and sign up for it. As I already have an account, I'll just sign in. So now we will be creating a Git repository. Creating a repository is very simple. Repository is a location where you create it for the particular project, and you store your files, folders, etc. using for using as a version control, or keeping a track of the files and its version. So let's create a new repository. Just click the button here, new repository. Now the owner here is, you can create several owners for the repository. So when you create a user account, by default it will be logged in with the user account or the owner name. Then you have to give the repository name. So for our case, I'll be giving tutorial underscore git, tutorial underscore git. Okay, so this is the repository name. Then you can give the description. This is for learning Git as version control tool system. Okay, what is version control tool? Sorry, yeah. So it has two options. One is public, one is private. The public one is available for free, and anyone can see the repository and see, and you can choose like who can contribute to your repository, those things. In the private is more secure, and it will not be available to the public, and for that you need to pay, or you need to pay for the account. You can see it's already mentioned in name to me. You have to upgrade the account, and this will cost $7 per month. So for our demo purpose, we are taking it as public account, and then we will check this box, initialize the repository with a readme. So this repository will be created, and we will be having a readme file also in it. Now here in the add ignore, you can ignore whatever scripts you don't want the git repository to commit. So the files will be ignored. These things you can ignore from here list. As of now, I'm going with the default, none is ignored, and you can choose the license from here, whichever you feel to may be beneficial for your company or projects. So our case, I am taking, just suppose you can say MIT license. If you want to know why this, you can just understand this from okay. Okay, just skip this part and let's create the repository. So as you see, by the click of the button, the repository is created. The repository name is tutorial underscore git, and it has created the license which I selected, the MIT license. You can see MIT license, copyright, and those things. For more about the licensing, you can go through this whole statements. And by default, it has created the master branch. So by default, branch in git is master. You can see the branches and the tags here. The branches are the development line, which I'll explain later. Tags are the specific locations or points in the branches, which points to the stable point. So permissions, these all things you can see here. So let's move to our repository. Now you can also create a new file here only in the browser if you want to commit. You just need to give the name of the file, say test, okay, and you can edit the file here. This is a test file, and you can commit it here. You have to give the uh, commit message, committing first file in git. If you want, you can directly commit it to the master branch. Commit means that is creating up the first version of the file. The file name will be test. If you want, you can use test.txt. So in this in Git we do require a message every time for the commit. You can also give some extended description if you want. I'm skipping this part. You can just on the click of the button it will commit a file. See, you can see test.txt. So it is directly committed to the repository. Now you can also upload a file from here. If you have some file already, you can upload it here and then you can commit it. So I am skipping that part also for now. So let's move to our main thing, which for today is downloading it from the repository using a git clone command. So downloading the whole repository basically. So let's move on to tutorial git. Just click the button here, clone or download. You will get the URL, copy it. If you want to download, you can also download as a zip. So for now we will be using git commands. So just go to your directory. So I have a directory. Let me delete it as I have already done that. Okay, so you can see nothing is there now in the git tutorial directory. So I'll use a command git clone and then this. So now we can see the git is cloning the whole repository from the GitHub server, and it didn't ask for the username password because in the previous tutorial we have set it in the git configurations for my username, password and other parameters, which is saved in the git config. So if you do dir here, we can see that my whole repository is downloaded. So you can go to git tutorial git, and if we see here license, readme, text files. So three files are here downloaded in the repository in my local, and three files are also there in the server. Uh, okay, thank you for watching the tutorial.